Thank you to Thomas Morira for these 5 suggestions. Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Well, let's get her going. Last season was one of Oklahoma State's best seasons by far in the past 10 to 15 years, where they went 10-2, made it to the Big 12 championship and 8-12 in the Big 12 before losing the Big 12 championship to Baylor on a last-second tackle, which saved Baylor's chances of winning that game. The running back was inches short of the goal line, and if he would have been just an inch or two closer, Oklahoma State would have won that game and would have most likely been in the playoffs. After that, you went to the Fiesta Bowl and beat Notre Dame 37-35 in a game that was not as close as the score predicted. You ended the season for the championship with a 5-game winning streak. You only lost the one game against Iowa State in the regular season. So, you had a pretty good season, all things considered. Now, let's go to my handy-dandy notes for each team. Oklahoma State, over the past 5 years, is 31 overall in recruiting and 3rd in the Big 12. This is Mike Gundy, the I'm a man, I'm 40 guy, 18th season as a head coach. He has been consistently good at winning, at getting to from 6 to 8 to 10 wins every year. I don't remember the last time they didn't make a bowl game. Yeah, so they're pretty good. The last time they won the Big 12 was in 2011, however. They did make it last year. Can they make it this year, and can they win it? Well, they have a chance to. Let's see what they're working with. Spencer Sanders comes back, I believe, for his 6th season as the quarterback of Oklahoma State. They got players like Jaden Bray back, Rashad Owens, Dominic Richardson at running back, and they also got some transfers in. They got 2 in particular. In a tight end transfer, Austin Girard from American River College, and a linebacker, it doesn't say where he came from, but it's Xavier Benson, redshirt junior transfer. He could be from a JUCO college. So, not a bad You didn't get much from the transfer portal, but you already had a good team as it is. You did lose a good linebacker in Malcolm Rodriguez last year to the NFL, so that's going to hurt. Can your defense be as good, if not better than last year? I doubt it. What needs to improve is your offense. So, let's see if you can do that this year. Week 1, you don't have a slouch team coming to town. You have Central Michigan, who last year, I believe, went to the MAC championship or was in the running for the MAC. They love to run the ball under Jim McElwain, but I think you get the win. I think you just I think it's going to be close, but I think you outmuscle them and get the win week 1. Week 2, you host Arizona State, not a slouch team either. But I think you're better than them in talent, and I think you get the win. I think you start out 2-0, then you play something called UAPB, Golden Lions, and I think you get a win there. 3-0 before your bye week. Your bye week comes at a weird time, real early in the season. It's probably a bad place to place it. You get it before your 9 Big 12 games, so you're not going to have a break in between. October 1st, you play at Baylor. Baylor, same as you, is losing some of their players from last year. They're going to probably take a step back. However, I think that they beat you. You're in their house, coming off a bye week, but I think Baylor and that defense, which is still pretty good, new quarterback in Chapin, I think they get it done in Waco, and you're 3-1 before coming back home to play Texas Tech, where I think you get a win. I think your defense is able to slow down Texas Tech in Stillwater and get a close win at home against the Red Raiders. So you're 4-1. Then you play at TCU. TCU is just going through a bad spot at this point. They lost their coaching staff. They don't have a lot of talent on the roster. Their defense is going to be okay, but they have a lot of players that completely abandoned the program, like Zach Evans. I think you get the win on the road in Fort Worth, and now you're 5-1. Then you come back home and play Texas. Texas is going to be improved from last year, and I think that they come to Stillwater and get a win. You could give them a run for their money. However, I do think that Texas will prevail. I think Steve Sarkisian is going to have his team do a lot better than they did last year. He had a lot of growing pains with kind of getting the team on the same page, especially the second half defense and everything like that. So I think you lose here to go to 5-2. Then you get 2 back-to-back road games. Good thing for you, one's on the road at Kansas and one's on the road at Kansas State. 2 teams that shouldn't be on your talent level. I could see the Kansas State game being a close one, but I think you get the win there. And then on the road at Kansas, first half they could give you a run for your money. However, I think you pull away in the second half, and now you're 7-2. Then you come back home to play Iowa State, and Iowa State, they lose a lot of talent on offense. And I just think you're going to be a better team. I think you're going to want revenge for last year in Ames. So I think you get the win there, and you're 8-2. Then you finish off the season with a road game and a home game. Out on the road at Oklahoma, and then at home against West Virginia. Oklahoma, new coaching staff, new quarterback, a lot of new pieces on Oklahoma. If you had them earlier in the season, I think that you would get them. But Bedlam last year, where you got a stunning win over Oklahoma, those players that stayed are going to be hungry for a rematch. And I think you lose Bedlam this year on the road in Norman, and now you're 8-3. Then you play West Virginia at home. West Virginia is, I think, going to be one of the most improved Big 12 teams this year. And I think that they come to Stillwater and pick a win off of you. And you finish the season on a 2-game losing streak at 8-4. A little bit of a step back for Oklahoma State, but with what you lost, with losing your pretty much leader on the defense of Malcolm Rodriguez, and not really having a consistent quarterback in Spencer Sanders. Last season, he was very turnover prone. I think that could key into some of your losses, like against Baylor and Texas. But I just think Oklahoma this year, by this point in the season, their defense is going to be rolling on all cylinders with Brent Venables, a defensive genius, and their offense is going to be doing pretty well as well. So there you go, 8-4 for the Cowpokes. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is going to be me finishing the Big 12 today, maybe even the Pac-12. So after I finish up the Power 5, I'll be working on figuring out what records each Group of 5 team will have. I've already finished up the American Athletic Conference. I'll have to finish up the other 4 Group of 5 teams and the independents, of course. So hope y'all enjoyed, and Go Dogs.